What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and we are back. It has been a while since we've actually recorded, and you guys probably still aren't up to date on the actual place itself, but this is the TokuBrew podcast, This Week in Toku, episode 71.
Hi, I'm Stormy. I'm here.
I was about to introduce you, but okay.
You waited too long.
I had too much of a space, but you are my...
You introduced the episode before you introduced me.
It's been a while. It's been since November, and we're in February.
That's fair. We took a little bit of a break.
Yeah, we kind of fell behind and didn't have time to do anything, and so the episodes became more and more of a challenge, and then I was like, well, we have 9 episodes of each, so we're just going to do them each in their own episode. So episode 71, the one you are listening to right now, is going to be episodes 11 through 19 of Gotchard.
Woo.
And we're also talking about the Kamen Rider
Legend
Gotchard.
special?
Yeah, the Legend special. We have a lot. I don't even want to say we have a lot to talk about. We never really have a lot to talk about Gotchard.
Yeah.
But we're going to kind of talk about how we feel about Gotchard at this moment.
Because we've always when it comes to like judging shows based off of like, is this something that I'm going to enjoy or not? Because, you know, not everything hits with everybody. Everyone has their own taste. So I always like to say, like, give it at least the first 10 episodes or so.
Or
like,
past that.
Or at least maybe a little, like 10 to 15, I think
I
it
always
usually
say 20.
is. 20. To like see if it's like something you think you would truly want to sit and watch the rest of. And I think we've kind of reached that point with Gotchard where like we've reached our feelings about how this show is.
You know what's funny is one of my biggest glaring problems with Gotchard right now are going to be in these spans of episodes.
Yeah, I feel like it has I feel like this, ironically enough, is like a good chunk of episodes of like to demonstrate exactly why we feel the way we do.
Well, it's so funny because the last time we did this was like we actually were like, you know what, Gotchard's fun. Also, sorry if we sound a little bit weird. This is, I think, a new setup. I don't know if we've recorded quite in this setup before.
Not with me at least.
Well, yeah, I was about to say. So if you've noticed, my reviews have changed. Obviously, we are recording at a different place.
There you
whatever. So let's get into the point. I don't like Legend Part 2. Like, Legends Part 1 I could take or leave, but Legends Part 2 actually makes me question why the fuck we
starting with Legend?
Yes.
All right, so yeah, the first half, because it's like 2 specials, it's 2 like episode, like what, slightly above episode length or something like that. And the first one, at least the absurdity alone is funny enough to where it's like, because like there's this new character who has like the decayed looking armor, but it's in gold.
Kamen Rider Legend.
And it has a couple
I don't remember his
accents. Name. He uses Kamen Rider cards.
He met Decayed. Guys, he met Decayed. And Decayed was like, hey, what's up? I saved you.
I feel like I was so close to actually kind of liking this character.
And then he kept talking. Well, because the thing
and then he kept talking.
Well, yeah, and then like they were just setting up. He's being like, I always just want to look beautiful, and it was almost like this moment, like
Gorgeous.
they were trying to set up, like being like, hey, just because he cares about himself, he cares about his people. There wasn't even a moment like that. I fucking hated it. It was so dumb. It was like, and Gotchard was just like, wow, you're a dick, but hey, you're almost justified to be a dick. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he is not. Stop.
Honestly,
stop it.
Again, like in the humor that I got in like that first special that was lost in the second one, there's basically nothing to say about it. Nothing interesting happens. Nothing really changes. But at least in like the first half, like I almost started liking this character just because like they pushed the absurdity so far that it became funny to me, of like someone basically being like so they think themselves like such high royalty, such high power, blah blah blah, that like literally everything is beneath them. To the point where they bathe in like a garden in jewels.
That's a
and
funny
have
screenshot.
A butler serving them champagne. I mean, that's basically like I'm Jeff Bezos and I don't care about anything.
Well, the other part that I don't, it's like,
well, didn't we start calling him something like Jeff Bezos or something?
Even remember.
I don't even remember.
But we also had Barracks, who was played by the same actor I think is Storius, who is the new boss leader. He's not the same Barracks from the Geo movie, but they were reusing that suit in the Juku Driver.
Yeah, and didn't they also reuse a few animations as well? And we were from
Well,
Geo?
yeah, no, we talked about that in that episode where we talked about the first Legend special.
Right,
also, you had the new suits where you had O's double combo, I guess,
Honestly, I thought you were gonna say Amazon.
It did look like that a little bit.
Like original Showa.
And then you had Forze and I think Fize were Forze and Build, which that was weird. But he got rocket fists, so and that was the whole special. And he looked like Jareth for a little bit.
A little Jareth-y.
But yeah, I might not say this might not be my least favorite thing we've watched. We will get to that. There is some episodes I really don't like in this bunch. So let's go to episode 11, which is just pretty much, hey guys, are you guys going to go see the Winter movie where they cross over with Geats? Oh, are you in America and can't watch that yet? Well, sucks to be you. Like, seriously, like, we will talk about the consequences of this in a little bit, but, like, this is quite literally just setting up for the movie.
I think you went to.
No, I found it.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's pretty much, they were, like, hunting, whatever. They were getting more chemis. Yeah, so they just catch one in a net. Mm-hmm. Because
why not? Well, I mean, to be fair, like, they're mimicking, like, beetle hunting, and it's a beetle.
But they find out that in the alchemy school, there is a spy.
A
mole. And it's the spider chemi. And, like, you literally just see Gotchard in this episode use a billion, forms.
It's like, alright, let's clear the pegs.
Well, it's pretty much like, hey, phase 2 came out. Look at all the forms you can make. Such as sweatshirt. We're going to talk about these forms at the end when we're done with talking about... Yeah, one's just the snake.
Oh, wait, was it just a picture, too? It was just
just like a picture of a snake with hair.
I wonder if they're going to sell that hoodie. You know, they probably will. Be like
the TV $80. One that looks like he just has nerd glasses. The scorpion that can fly.
Terrifying, first of all.
Yeah.
Probably somewhere in Australia.
Like, literally, he just uses so many.
Also, let's not forget Mirror Beetle.
The Mirror Beetle is kind of neat.
Yeah, it's a beetle in the iPhone, right?
Yeah, and then obviously you have one that they're setting up to be a red herring of who the spy actually is.
I'm evil and I polish my ring with a tiny brush like a douchebag. Like,
well, the funny thing is, I think he's the movie villain, because we don't see him get dealt with. They were setting him up to be the movie villain.
Oh my god, like, yeah, that'll be something to talk about,
too. We'll get to it in a minute. But yeah, they were pretty much being like, we need to catch X cards, because that's the next big thing. You've been only catching regular chemi cards. But now we have X Wizard and UFO X. Because they kept saying UFO X. And pretty much you find out that these two guys are inquisitors and just pretty much being like...
Hey, we're here to find a spy. Hello.
And pretty much, hey, Gotchard, you're not fit to be a writer. Now give us the belt. Just give me the belt. And he's just like, no, it's my belt. Oh, and then we have the scene with 8-year-old and girl.
Oh yeah, girl. Because no, what happened was I can't remember her name. The main girl.
Yeah, Ren. Is it Rene or something like that? Something.
Rene.
Onk girl.
Onk girl. She was like, hey, make sure to keep this to alchemists, keep the civilians out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, okay, everything that's about to happen is your fault.
And you get to see Gotchard get another new form, which this one looks actually pretty cool. It's like the battery jungle.
If you're watching Gotchard, or if you're binging it after the show is completed, or for whatever reason, please, if you're doing a drinking game or something, every time he gets a form is a bad idea because you will die.
Especially in an episode like this where he had 8?
Oh my god. Especially recently in some of the other episodes that we'll be talking about too. It's just new form. It's like, oh my gosh, guys.
Don't even get us started on the super form.
Oh my gosh, if there's any of you guys out there that are hardcore collecting these toys, rip.
Rip your wallet.
R.I.P. your wallet. And
but yeah,
probably also you.
We get Lightning Jungle, which I didn't mind this form.
Yeah,
and then you find out the girls.
The one lady
who just showed up has gross spots, and she's using Catula.
My god, she's evil. I'll admit,
both of them are evil.
I'm a sucker for stuff like that, even though it's just makeup. I really do like stuff like that. I think it adds cute character. I'm a sucker for design like that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I hope you weren't too attached to that character, because let's go right to the opening of the next episode, which is actually kind of good, but they kill this lady right off the spot.
I like that she calls out the fact that him being able to feel the chemi's feelings is totally useless power.
Yeah, and then she dies.
Yeah.
She just dies. The Hades sisters are just like, well, alright, you're dead.
Oh yeah, because it was a thing where like, you must work for them. She's like, no, I worship them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
She's
she
the one
wasn't a
who-
part of them, but she was obsessed. And then they were just like, you're in the way. Goodbye. And then
we get my...
she freaking, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark, and
It's not
left.
good. She kind of gets eaten, and then they bring up the most Kingdom Hearts thing ever in the Dark Door.
The Dark Door has been opened. I'll gain even more malice. You keep moving the thing.
Yeah,
Magnificent power. That's what it says.
But you know what? You know where else? You know what happens now? Are you guys ready for the premium Bandai
All
LED belt?
All right, guys, I gotta listen. We're gonna rip on this show a lot. I'm gonna rip on this show a lot. That's a promise. I'm gonna rip on this. This is a good episode.
It is.
This is a great episode.
It's well
Or is
acted.
this the lead up to it? Is this the lead up? Or
no,
is
this is the Dread episode.
Okay, this episode is great.
It's well done.
It gave me hope. It gave me false hope.
But like, it also is just like, oh no, not iPad Kid. I still
We
don't
finally
really
did.
care
We
about
actually
iPad.
finally did get a solid answer on something that we did talk about before, which was, we couldn't tell like what that iPad exactly was, if it was a new personality or if it was like
an AI.
an
or
AI. What it's his. I did mention at one point, oh, maybe it's his inner thoughts because he's so shy and meek and quiet, and that's actually what it is. It's basically his inner voice.
And then we get this beautiful suit.
I wonder if they'll change their mind later. Oh, gorgeous suit. Mwah, mwah.
Dread
Beautiful.
is a beautiful
Love it.
suit. And the fight is actually pretty cool. You actually get to see him use fake chemis, and he starts getting like guns and stuff.
He has to use them one at a time, I think.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't think it actually technically qualifies as one, but I'm always a sucker when it comes to like hazard forms, essentially, which are like, oh, you gain great power, but like, oh, it comes at like the fact that like your consciousness is basically shut off, or
you're getting eaten.
or you're like, it's like eating your life force, or
like,
blah
that's
blah
what we
blah.
hear, like it's killing him.
Like a cursed sword motif, I guess you could almost call it.
Yeah, I like that. It looks like a skeleton.
And I just use hazard from build because that's like the best descriptor. I don't know if we ever if we ever mentioned that. This is a great episode. This is something that
it's a fun episode.
Yeah, I was like, this is what I wanted it to.
It got you to care about people you don't care about.
Yeah, like, oh, the pacing was really good. The choreography was awesome. There was one
point
where
a couple loops.
There was just a loop. Like, I want someone to edit.
Just him getting punched.
I want someone to edit a GIF or something, or a small video of just. I'm sorry, I'm choking. Of like, oh my gosh, Gotchard just getting punched over and over and over again because it went on for so long. There's absolutely enough to make like a great loop. Like, you could have one of those like 10-hour versions of it for sure.
And they're now teasing Super Gotchard. We are literally about to get the Super Gotchard, so we're not even yes, he gets a sword at the end. And then they're like, oh, what's gonna happen now that he has a sword?
To be fair, he also felt like he was gonna die for the first time.
We do have that going in that episode. So yeah, can you guess what power-up is gonna be happening in this episode? Because it's going to be a doozy, and I hope you're not going to think that they're going to do another power-up right after it.
Just kidding! Way. It's UFO X's thing. He had a thing where, like, oh, if I use this sword on him, it will kill him. And they just have, and apparently, guess what? It is also draining his life, which is great.
Also, we find out that they need to collect all the chemis before the year is out. For
some reason.
Yeah, and then you get to see the guy dying on his iPad.
Yeah, it was really we didn't talk about the episode much that was good. It was basically one long fight.
Yeah.
But like the acting was good. It was a great beatdown, and it was kind of an interesting idea to be able to hear his inner thoughts and know that he's like, he's aware of what he is doing as he is beating up his friends.
You know what's terrible though? They kind of set it up, and this episode kind of squashes all of what that kind of built upon.
Oh yeah.
And then
like all the good stuff that they had built up kind of gets squished in the next episode. I'll fully admit. Because I was like, oh, maybe this show is starting to really pick up. Maybe, like... And then it was like, oh, immediately afterwards.
Then we also have Valvarod doing his Valvarod thing. We also see Ventura show back up, so I guess that's a space thing.
I tried to look it up after this because I was like, oh, maybe it means, like, aliens or some sort of, like, thing regarding space, so I tried to look it up, still couldn't find anything. But, like, the fact that, like, Ventura has showed up in 2 instances of trying to communicate with aliens, guys, someone that knows this language, please tell me what this means. I'm so curious.
All right, let's just get right to it. So he gets a new UFO form.
Honestly, I think it's kind of cute.
It looks cool. I like the little alien on the inside.
It's kind of adorable.
He's hanging out.
He looks a little dorky, but
he's a poncho.
very cute.
He's cute. So,
The sword turns into a thing.
He is super Gotchard.
Yep.
He's super Gotchard, and we're about to get to my least favorite episodes.
Oh no, these are next. No.
And yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is where it goes bad. I'm sorry.
So,
this is where
this
it goes
is
bad.
I think 14 and 15. Let me.
And I do like the cute joke they have in here of like, oh, we're putting our Christmas stuff because we celebrate a week early because
With their regular customers.
Yeah, because everyone wants to be with family on the day of. You see, kids, that's the reason we're putting it out. That's why you're watching it now instead of on Christmas morning.
Also, I think they save him. If I remember correctly, they save the kid. Like, he's no longer Dread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, next episode, he's not Dread anymore. He's fine.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, you saved
We have
me.
enough, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they
Darkness
saved him.
Door, Kingdom Hearts.
They're like, this was a good experiment.
Kyrie! I don't know.
It was stupid.
It
It
was
kind of
dumb.
felt like he should have been Dread for longer.
Wait,
but
isn't
it
this
didn't
the
matter.
episode where she mentions the movie? Or is that another episode?
No. It's...
Oh, wait, no, it's after this little group, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, because it's like, I think the movie happens between the next, like, the episodes in between. Like, after
These dinosaur episodes.
The dinosaur episodes, yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's about what it looks like. Anyway, these episodes are trash. Literally, almost nothing happens. There's a girl, and she has a dad, and he likes dinosaurs, and he was trying to...
You want to hear her talk about how much her dad likes dinosaurs?
That is all she talks about. His dad, like, There's
a cool fight, though.
He's like a scientist. He liked writing about real things. One of those, like, conspiracy magazines where, like, yeah, but we want you to write about spooky stuff. And he's like, okay, I'll do it for my daughter so she can, like, eat and stuff. And then he was disappointed in himself.
Yeah, but
you go.
We also have Dread. We have one of the Hades sisters taking on Dread and fighting Valvarad, which was pretty cool.
I will compliment the suit actor. They did make it very obvious who was in that suit.
Yeah, that was good.
That was cool.
Then we
also I just like that suit.
And by the way, to show you how little nothing happens, we then get like. All we have for the next part of that episode is just he gets super Gotchard. Oh yeah, he gets eaten, and he sees one of the out of the stupid episode. There's one important thing is that seeing little kid Hotaro with Hopper 1.
He interacted with Chemis when he was a kid.
When he was a babu. And that's the only thing you see that's of importance next of that episode.
Yeah, next episode. Let's keep going.
Yep.
Screw it. That episode isn't worth talking about.
Also, pretty much just the same things as we were talking about earlier. She was just like...
Dinosaurs and problems are resolved.
Also, she was choking. Also...
yeah.
But girl... Oh, yeah, because they were saying she couldn't, after transforming, use any of her magic. She felt, like, useless as a wet napkin.
Wait, that's not yet. Hold on, because, like, what you're talking about happens later. Thanks, Adam. Spoilers! We're literally going to be talking about it in less than 10 minutes. It's fine. But,
It's terrible. I don't like these episodes.
We'll get more into it.
But hey...
Adam, I keep trying to talk.
Okay.
So anyway, the important thing that happens in this episode, kinda, is that the little 8-year-old Hades sister and main lady are talking, and then she's just like, oh, I think I know what's wrong, as she is actually choking herself. And just be like, oh, you want to be my friend, don't you? And then just the young actress has the same reaction I did of just, what? What? Yeah. And then she leaves, I think. They all get together for Christmas. We see something...
Well, their Christmas party for their people.
Turns out the guy with the brush is just also evil, I think.
Yeah, because he has the other X cards, like Beetlix and Lionix.
Absolute nightmares that I hate happens.
Also, Wizard X is there. Also,
Dance.
people theorizing that Santa's an... I hate Gotchard's friend. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to lean on liking him, but I hate him now.
I don't hate him, but I did not want to see him dance. And,
I want to kick him and... Kick the shit
sparkly... I don't even know what to say. Like, what is that?
They literally tease
Why'd
the
you
movie.
do that to him?
They tease... So, yeah, they tease the movie, and then we're to assume the movie happened. And
yeah, I think that's when the movie happened. I have nothing against this actor, by the way. I'm just like, the character is just
the character's just meh and pointless, and I hate him.
I thought that there would have been a point by now. There isn't.
I also gotta say, I just don't like anything that they did in these two episodes. they felt pointless. Like, they were so, like, manufactured. Like, there was one good point about that, and that's learning that Hotaro knew about the chemis before. That's the only thing these 2 episodes really gave you. You're gonna get these 2 characters you're never gonna see again. Like, one nice Valvarod fight, but it doesn't matter. And it just was not interesting or entertaining. And it, like, main girl was barely doing anything and gets choked.
We don't even know her name. We're this far
I
in
want to
and
say
we
her
don't
name
even
is
know
like
her
Rene
name.
or something like
Rene?
that, I think.
I just couldn't remember. But, like, I feel like I should by now.
We should. We're 19 episodes in. We just binge watch this.
Like, I could still probably tell you all of the names of the Zenkaijers, and that was years ago at this point.
But, like, yeah. Oh, fuck, we're about to get the Daybreak Gotchard, too.
Alright, so we think the movie happens, and literally, this is what you were talking about earlier, with her saying just like, oh man, hey, I really want to fight alongside you like how I did, but I'm really tired and I can't fight again for a little bit.
I don't think I have a screenshot of it, though.
I think we were just so mad we forgot, but...
I just got so pissed off.
But, yeah. So she can transform, but not yet.
So yeah, but we get this
She's,
tease.
in case you're wondering, she is the secondary writer. Valvarod isn't even technically a writer at this point, right?
Right, yeah. Okay, wait. We are still a couple episodes behind in recording this, and I think Common Writer Valvarod just debuted.
Okay, cool.
So
he's not technically a common writer yet then. We do know it'll happen.
In what we're talking
because
about.
in this episode, didn't they even change like the intro to like feature the suits in the intro, but we don't actually see them? I forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
No, they're in the episode.
Yeah, but there they are.
Here. Yeah, I'm so mad.
I like
she doesn't transform for another 2 or 3 episodes, but she's in the intro and she does nothing in these episodes. And then we get Daybreak Gotchard.
All right.
Do you guys like Gotchard? He's orange now.
He's a fire cape.
Yeah, he's a fire cape. And now we have our main villain, I think, guy with monocle.
I think he's like one of the headmasters or something. Whatever.
We know he's the villain, and he immediately...
He kicks out all of the alchemists. It's just like, you guys are kicked out of school or something. I don't even quite understand what happened, but he kicked out all the people. They made the Hades sisters the students that are hunting the chemis, and they even get the uniform.
Yeah, they get them, but
and all the other people decide to like stick together and collect the chemis in their own time, and they're just gonna try and have them not take the rings or something.
Well, yeah, immediately,
or just specifically Rene, just because that was her father's, and it's special.
It is special. Then the teacher was just like, "Give me your stuff." Give me your things, and everyone was like, no, I'm not gonna give you my things.
He uses the Dread driver
because he's Dread, I guess, at the moment.
Right. So
yeah, and then we get the intro of just breaking stuff, and then we immediately have Daybreak Gotchard say, hey, I'm gonna help you with this thing because I think all his friends are captured.
He even did a thing of like, oh, if you can't do it, I will. And even at one point, he like tried to give him his power up early of just being like, just here. Like, I don't want bad things to happen. Just take it.
But then he's like, oh, or you can go back in time and figure out how you did it in the first place. And he's like, hey, but don't talk to yourself. Which, by the way, he breaks.
Immediately.
I
wonder if there will be consequences? Probably not. He's playing with the chemis.
Which, by the way, we have Daybreak versions of the chemis now, which are just hot rod versions of the chemis. But yeah, now we have, after we just spent all that time on those X forms, literally the last 3 or 4 episodes have been focusing on those X forms. We now have Fire Gotchard, another new super form.
I do like this one though.
I like it, but why? Like, there's no
totally
room
agree
to breathe.
Yeah,
like I don't. It's like, I get it. You were probably saying like, because like Fire Gotchard does tell him at one point, you do need to get stronger.
You need to get stronger faster.
And like
harder, better, faster, stronger.
But like, it doesn't feel that deserved when he's just kind of like his younger self is like, "Here are my goggles. Thanks for my goggles.
You can have my treasure." And he's like, "Thank you for this treasure," or something like that.
And then he leaves.
By the way, in case you haven't figured it out yet, the whole thing was like the Fire Gotchard was actually Future Gotchard, and he was using the Time Lord thing to go back in time. Oh my gosh, I'm so surprised. Anyway, moving on.
Oh yeah. I guess that was what Fire Gotchard. Did we talk about 2 episodes? Is that 2 episodes? I think those were.
Oh, we've been talking about like
whatever.
If you're counting the dinosaur episodes, we've basically talked about those 4 already.
Like,
So
I feel like Fire Gotchard was supposed to bring like shit up for the show, and I'm just more confused and angry and like there's nobody else feels
it's
important.
Just, what is the point of having this many forms?
Like this many super forms? Like, oh my god. And then we get like another. We're gonna move on to the next episode because why not?
One of those gross mummy things.
Yeah.
Comes alive.
Oh, okay. We're actually in the last episode. I guess we talked about more than I thought.
Yeah, I told you we blew through those.
I just don't like those episodes. They're just not. They're not good, and I didn't expect us to cut through them that fast. But like, I don't really have much more to say about that.
There really isn't, honestly.
Like, we're gonna talk about. Okay, wait. Before we move on, do you want to talk about Kamen Rider Valverod's suit since they just threw it in the opening?
I mean, I haven't been able to look at it. Can you make it bigger?
Like, I'm gonna make it big.
Okay.
Let me make it big.
I like it. I probably like it more than I like the other one. It feels a little bit more refined.
I don't mind it. I think it looks cool.
I kind of liked almost the Mad Max look of the other ones, but I appreciate the fact that...
Yeah. It's the same thing that Gotchard's using.
Appreciate the black pants a little more than I appreciate the white pants.
But so yeah, we're gonna get... Finally, she gets to debut this episode.
Nope.
Girl's name. No, she does.
Does she? I thought
yeah.
that we still haven't seen it yet.
No, remember we saw it last episode. That was the last episode we watched.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
And then we got technically another form, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so one of the Hades sisters is just like, I caught this Kemi. And then like the evil guy was like, I'm gonna make a mummy. I'm gonna make a mummy guy, and he's gonna want meat, and he's just gonna have chicken legs on a plate.
What is this, iCarly?
Yeah, and then he takes and becomes a Cerberus guy, which this suit looks
pretty cool.
Looks pretty neat.
God, they took those blue outfits off.
Yeah, the Hades sisters.
Bulky.
Also, the main villain gives the 8-year-old a pan flute to control the wolf. Because
he keeps being like, "Hey, give me your ring."
Yeah, oh yeah, I almost called him the doctor. The teacher was just like, "Give me."
Oh yeah, she figured out the truth of her dad.
That Grayon was the Grayon, whatever his name is, framed his dad. Which, by the way, he just comes out and says flat out, destroying the tension of that story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's literally like, yes, because we had to frame him because obviously he's the only person who would know the truth. And I'm like, oh,
and he's actually a good guy.
Like, I don't like how
like they
quickly and unsincerely they did that.
I'm gonna just say it. Like, I was gonna say it later, but I'm just gonna say it now because why not? It's just popping up. This show has such a really bad habit of tell don't show. Like, it keeps telling you what's important, because like I've even mentioned it before in previous episodes of like, okay, maybe they just like got past a certain point, realized people weren't understanding, so they had to explain something real quick. I even like tried the logic around it, but it's done it so many times at this point, like they don't know what show don't tell is. Like, they're not showing us anything interesting, they're just telling us what is supposed to be interesting. It's one of the biggest problems, in my opinion, of like, you have a visual medium and you have so many more episodes to be able to tell an intricate story.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But, yeah, it just, he made a weird meat cream puff. And even the monster was like, this is gross, and he got sad.
I'm realizing we did not get any screenshots of Valverod and his boss. I'm not sure what she is. I think she makes his stuff.
Oh yeah, the like mechanic lady.
Yeah.
Apparently, like she like just also cooks bad, and that's why he's able to eat bad.
That's
food.
why they went to Delicious Ramen.
Something like that.
They went to Delicious Ramen. But yeah, I love like this weird negative filter they put over
because even the monster dog wouldn't eat it.
Eat his gross bagel with cream cheese.
It was a cream puff with meat. It was a cream puff with meat,
which was kind of gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we find out that the dog thing can split into 3, and then that's just...
I'll admit, the fact that the arms were all in different, like, holding leashes was pretty funny.
But yeah, so pretty much we get a fight, and he is now going to use Fire Gotchard with Abare Bushido, which is just the Fire Gotchard chest plate and arm gauntlets with Abare Bushido's helmet and shoulder pads.
Wow.
It looks kind of stupid, and I kind of don't like it. Mm-hmm. But hey, now we get Magire, I think is their name. Rine's transformed state, she's a unicorn and a sun.
I like it.
It looks neat.
We also have a thing where, like, the 7-year-old, got her arm turned to gold.
Because
so you
the
see
pan
this
flute
poor,
got blown
like,
up.
like, like, her acting was on point of, like, yeah, that is how you would look if your arm just suddenly turned to solid metal, but, like, she runs funny.
She's running funny.
And then, Rine, I'm just gonna call her Rine until I know her actual name. Like,
I think that's her
takes
name.
a bite out of, like, dog gets her arm, and
Bites
she's like,
her.
I remember why I said that.
To my father.
I know, I remember why I said that.
Son.
Oh my! Stop it! Fucking, you're messing me up. That you want me to be your friend.
Ow.
You're so mean. You keep making fun of me.
I'm making fun of you.
I remember why you wanted me to. I said you wanted me to be your friend. That's why you're sad, because that's what I wanted when I was your age.
For some reason.
I don't know. Everybody clapped. I don't fucking. I don't know.
The suit looks cool.
Yeah, I like the suit. Again, I'll get into it more later, but
Yeah, and that's pretty much the end of the episode. She now has the result that they're
she gets
gonna
a funny English shirt. What does it say again?
Oh yeah, wait. It says
Live with love. Live into love.
live into love.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and she's just kind of like, yeah, let's raid the school, because everyone wanted to raid the school because reasons.
Oh my god, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Those are the episodes.
Oh yeah, her ring from her dad is special.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not even
trying to come for it.
I'm not gonna hide the fact right now. We already know Gotchard's about to get another super form. And we don't know if that's gonna be a berserk form or what it is, but I'm kind of not looking forward to it. Like, none of them are getting these rests. Like, yes, they technically, Fire Gotchard is technically still being used, that little engine thing, but like, that still felt too quick right after the Excalibur. In these 9 episodes, we had both of those power-ups. So it's like, why? Why even? And then, like, we have, like, it feels like they were trying to make her have a moment to be like, oh, she's the secondary writer now, but she was such a wet napkin for the last couple of episodes. I don't care. I just do not care about her. Like, it's like, cool, you're a writer now. Are you finally gonna do something for once? And Valvarad was literally just spending all of these episodes getting his ass kicked. Like, that was literally, like, Valvarad was like, oh yeah, I'm the cool guy. I'm beating the guys. And now everyone's gotten stronger and he's still the same. And they're just like being like, let's beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, okay, so since we're finally getting into this.
This is the last part, yeah.
Like,
before we get to the form talk.
I know that. Get into the form talk. It's basically all you've been talking about throughout this entire thing.
Well, I meant, like, actually talking about the forms themselves, not the overabundance of them.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
So, I feel like one of the things that, like, I've been saying about this show that I can kind of say here, too, is just, like, I like so many things about this show, but the one thing that I don't like is the story and, like, the characters. I like the toys.
I don't hate the characters.
I don't even hate them, but it's just like I like, again, I like the suits. I like the toy. The toy's very fun, like, removed from everything. Like, I like the ideas within it, like
the suit.
Yeah, like, even like the idea that it's like magic and alchemy. By the way, I realized I was like, they did magic rings again, technically. But it's one of those things where, like, this show is not consistent. Of just, it'll be okay for most of the time, and then sometimes there'll be something really good, but then it's usually undercut with something either, like, bad or really bad. You know what I mean? And just, I feel like I'm not coming out with a net positive.
Yeah.
Overall. That's why I'm like...
We can say we really liked one episode.
Yeah. I again, the parts that I do like, but man, like...
Those
it feels
dinosaur
like...
episodes piss me off.
I know. A lot of things about this show are just like... They need to really work on their characters more. They need to actually have a focused story, and they need to show us the story and not just tell it.
Supposedly Legend's supposed to be showing up at some point.
I kind of hope not, because he was a nothing character. I thought that I could get some fun out of it because he was basically Kamen Rider Cusco, like, from...
Yeah, but then he made me not like him more.
And then it just, like, and then he slowly turned to Wet Napkin again. Even, like, Gotchard hasn't even... Like, these people can act. we have seen it before. Like, we know that these people know how to act. They know how to show their emotions. They know how to...
They're not getting
They know how to play a scene just characters talking to each other about how they feel, and yet they don't do anything with it.
But hey,
it's just been like, hey, what toy can we sell? What toy can we sell? What toy can we sell?
We have more cards.
Here's more cards. Here's more figures. You know, it's just... God, it's...
I feel like this is the most negative we have ever been on the podcast.
Yeah, and guys, if I've seen worse. I've seen such much worse. There's so much worse out there. Again, I feel like I'm being a little cruel, but like the issues that I see are too glaring for me to ignore anymore.
Yeah.
And you know what? Guys, if you like this show, I'm happy for you.
Tell us what we're missing.
What do you like truly love about this show? If you're just like, you say you don't like these characters, but I absolutely love these characters, honestly, tell me why. Like, I'm not even saying it in a demeaning way or anything. Like, I am truly curious of just like...
What are you seeing I'm not?
I want to see what you're seeing that I don't.
I'm realizing, did we talk about Daybreak Gotchard is just future Gotchard?
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Yeah, and apparently he has lost hope. Don't forget about him losing hope. So, yeah.
Oh, that changes everything. It's just, I don't know. It feels like there isn't a whole lot of consequence to even what's going on. I feel like they kind of ran out of jokes. They ran out of ideas a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be super negative, honestly.
Yeah.
But if it just keeps getting worse, then what positives am I going to have to talk about?
Yeah. And, yeah, so... I don't know. What do you think? What is some of your favorite suits that you've seen?
I mean, Dread is easily one of the best suits. It's so good.
Yeah. Okay, if we're going to talk about Gotchard's forms within themselves, we got Lightning Jungle, obviously. Again, just a sweatshirt. Oh, man, that's my favorite form.
Which one's Lightning Jungle?
Lightning Jungle was like the silver one with the pipes.
I mean, yeah, that one's pretty cool. It's very X-Aid, like first form, big boy.
Scorpion with wings.
Terrifying.
Watch him out. But yeah, like, I don't think... Well, you're not going to pick Dr. Hirabiri, which is just a snake with a pompadour JPEG?
That is not what that name says, but okay.
I don't... Fucking... Whatever.
It's like Hebe or something, I don't know.
Heebie-jeebies.
Sure.
Captain...
What else do we have in here?
We got Dread. We got regular Gotchard. God. By the way, if you want to know how far back we took these screenshots, one of them was from December 2nd. And this is definitely not being recorded.
Honestly, I do like Legend's suit. Oh. I do. I like Legend's suit.
Oh,
I don't like the character. And also I thought the idea of like keeping like I think there's like two elements that when he turns into a rider, he keeps like a shoulder thing and a hip thing, right?
Yeah.
And I do like the way that he fights too. Like he uses someone as a chair delicately and daintily.
I like he's literally an intermixed love child of Decade and the End.
Yeah. Again, like when I tell you, it's like a graceful Cusco, but like again, that got ruined by the second part of it. But again, I will say that I do like that one.
But yeah, no. Like, the rider forms were okay. UFO was fun. I like the UFO form.
I thought it was cute.
The T-Rex form looks cool.
It reminds me of Revice a little bit.
Which, we do get to see him use it again even after he gets the engine, because the engine gets, I think, smacked out of his hands, or it caught him on fire. I can't remember. But he did use the T-Rex form for a little bit.
Again, like the Fire Gotchards, both of them. I like them. Again, they're pretty. Like, they're chrome. I love the orange. I love the blue combination together. I don't mind as much the fact that, like, they kept, like the chest and arm pieces with the other suits. I don't really care that much. I know you care more than I do.
Because it's like, I liked what they did with Steam Hopper, because it's just similar enough, but just different enough to be really kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like Fire Gotchard. I love the giant engine on his back. I think it's funny that Daybreak Gotchard's
that's what it's called.
Daybreak Gotchard's engine form is just him getting a cape instead of getting the huge engine on his back. But yeah. Oh wait, by the way, we got to see Baby Steamliner.
Yeah,
which was just a toy. He was just a toy. By now.
I liked the dog monster. That was pretty cool. Especially since we got to see it like turn different colors and stuff when it split apart. Yeah. I like her. Funny enough, like that one picture we got, you can tell that this is like a stunt double suit too, because it also doesn't have heels.
Oh, you're right.
Because we were wondering, I was like, why does it not have like it, like, because she doesn't really have this like like she sometimes does, sometimes doesn't have like a little butt flap, basically, and you can tell that they have like padding in the butt to make their butt look bigger because it's probably a male suit actor doing the stunts and
And
stuff.
or the person doesn't have an ass. Don't judge.
Hey, you can. Hey, you know what? If you got a flat booty, I love you. Your flat booty's beautiful. Look at this child staring gloriously up at her flat booty. I don't know, but I like her suit either way. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
But yeah,
I like it. I like the screw.
I feel like last time we did a bunch of Gotchard episodes, we came out more positive. This time we came out more negative.
Again, it's just like all the good points are just too spread out.
There's
not enough good story.
Yeah.
I need more from the characters.
I guess we're gonna have to see in the next bunch that we watch and just. We'll see where we go.
I'm almost sad that's as much as we have to say about it. Like,
yeah.
I wish I had more to say.
Exactly. I don't know. What was your guys' favorite episode? Was it episode 12 along with us, or was it?
That was the Dread episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dread episode was the best episode so far.
I don't know. Do you guys have a different favorite episode? Do you not like any of them? Are you matter of fact, are there people who are more angry than us?
Yeah, if you like I mean, to be fair, I feel like it's easier to hate something like virtuously almost. Like it takes a lot. It's really easy to just be like, "Oh my god, look at how trash it is." I feel like that's easy. Like that's why I want to kind of try and be as positive or at least constructive.
It's trying its best.
I'm trying my best. I don't know. I'm not a professional.
But I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time we are going to be talking about King Oger, and we are very much more excited to talk about that.
I love King Oger, guys.
It's going to be so good. So, we hope you catch you there. And until next week,
bye-bye.